6 home improvement projects that clever investors use to build equity. By making gradual, occasional improvements that add value to your property, you can quickly build equity in the home while also making life more comfortable on a daily basis for you and your family. Here are 6 reasonably priced home improvements that will add thousands upon thousands of dollars of value to your home. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic today. I'm doing marvelous. And if you are doing as marvelous as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about 6 home improvement projects that clever investors use to build equity. Number 1, deck addition. If you add a new deck to the house, it automatically increases the value of the property. I'm talking outdoor living spaces that, have become more desirable in the last 10 to 15 years, especially now that we have more folks staying home for vacation, right? If you think about it, we have a new trend called staycation. So you stay in your house, relaxing, chilling, while the weather is nice, you save a lot of money. So by adding an outside deck to your property, especially in the backyard, it makes the backyard more appealing, more welcoming. You can do some barbecue. You can actually have, folks coming over, family coming over, friends coming over. So in the last 10 to 15 years, we've seen a lot of people, especially in the summer, actually start doing home improvements in the spring and actually continuing those projects into the summer. So if you start, and the good thing is that you also see a lot of shows on TV, especially HDTV, home garden television, that shows that homeowners actually recoup all of their investments by adding a deck. So this is very important. Now, when it comes to the cost, because I talked about reasonably priced home improvements. Now, it depends on where you live in the country, though, but decks can cost anywhere from $1,500 to $15,000 or more, right? At the end of the day, it's all about the design, the materials, the colors, whatever. It really depends. It depends on the structure of the deck you want, right? So you might think that this is a huge cost to basically put. I mean, it's a lot of money to put into the house, but think about it. This is an investment, right? And if you don't have, and you don't even have to tap into your savings to cover the cost, you can get a loan. You can get a HELOC, right? A home equity line of credit to sort of take care of that. All right. Now, the thing here is that if you ever decide to, unless you're a professional, you might want to hire a contractor for that. Make sure you shop around, right? And ask for referrals. Ask at least 3 to 5 quotes. And I'm talking specifics, right? Not a general quote that tells you, oh, this job will cost you 10 grand. No, you want as detailed as possible, as detailed a quote as possible, with all the specifics, right? And you want to interview each contractor. Now, it's always very good to get referrals. And you want to also check references before you agree to a contract or work order. All right, this is very important. Home improvement project number 2, reinventing a section of the house or a room. So basically, the reinvention here refers to like I'm talking total change. You can add a new room, or you can just revamp a room, right? It can be a section of the house. It can be on the outside or the inside. If it's the inside, just pick a room that you want to revamp. And I'm talking really revamp. And that will really help you increase the value of the property. So adding more square footage to your property with a new room, like I said, it can be an incredibly expensive project though. However, research has showed that you will recoup your investment, very quickly as soon as you sell the house, right? So and again, if you just watch all those TV shows, you can see that those kind of projects usually starts around 15 grand or 20 grand, and they might go all the way to 45 grand, again, depending on where you live in the country. And don't forget, you also might have those unexpected issues, right? So you have homeowners and contractors actually haggling over some unexpected problems, and who should pay for it? During the the project though, make sure that you have proper insurance, right? This is very important. This is proper insurance. So you can reinvent what you want. You can reinvent the existing space in your home to save money. You can convert the attic to a bedroom. You can finish the basement. You can add small apartments. You can improve the garage to make it state of the art. You can really, the good thing here is that recent trends in the real estate market nationwide have shown that potential buyers love versatile rooms. They love houses that show different rooms, right? Because especially if you're selling a 2 or 3 or 4 family home, that means that the potential buyer has a family. It's pretty interesting for them to see that there is some kind of diversity in the rooms that they're going to buy. All right, you can even add something like a wet bar or an enhanced kitchen. I'll talk about the kitchen later on, but yeah. All right. So number 1, deck addition. Number 2, reinventing a section of the house or a room. I'll be right back right after this. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still talking about 6 home improvement projects that clever investors use to build equity. And if you want to build equity in your property, listen till the end, because I have a great pro tip to share with you also. And if you like the content of the show and if this is adding value to your life, consider subscribing to this channel and turn on the notification bell. We'll really appreciate that. You don't want to miss any future show when we release it. And like the content, share with your friends and colleagues. We want to, especially those who are homeowners, we want to spread the good, spread the knowledge as much as possible, and comment below. All right. Project number 3, adding energy efficient windows. Now, the good thing is that everybody is eco-friendly nowadays, right? You have, buyers want, energy efficient homes. So basically, nobody wants those single pane windows anymore, right? People want energy efficient windows. Now, the thing here is that you want to have windows that are Energy Star rated, right? You can save a lot of money actually over a year. And I'm talking cooling costs, heating costs, just by making your home more efficient. Now, it all adds up, right? $500, that's a lot of money. And if you have a large home, this savings can go all the way to $1,000. Especially if you live in an area where it's very hot or cold. So you live in Alaska or somewhere in Florida. So you have the extremes. So you need to basically think about energy efficient windows. Now the thing here is that HDTV has done some survey recently where they said that you can expect to recoup on average 75% of your cost when you invest in energy efficient windows. All right. In addition to that, which is very great, you can also receive a green energy tax credit of 10% for this upgrade, right? As long as you install Energy Star rated windows. All right. Now, and this is only at the federal level. You might even receive some credits from your state tax authorities in addition to your utility company, right? So it's a win-win-win-win-win model for everybody. Of course, you have to first spend the money. It's your money, and the window replacement projects averages somewhere from $8,000 to $12,000, right? The median price has been set to be around $75 to $10,000, but the thing is, just budget $10,000, right? Now the thing here is that you can recoup your investment, because think about it, you spend $10,000 upfront, right? But those new windows will save you several $100s a year. Like I said, the savings can go all the way to $1,000. So you're saving $1,000 a year. You are recouping a tax credit from federal and state authorities, and you're getting some credit or some kind of savings or discount from your utility, right? Because the utility is making a lot of money too, because they don't have to buy huge amounts off the grid anymore, right? So it's a win-win, and you are going to recoup your investment. Project number 4, remodeling the kitchen. Now, this has been a very popular staple, on homeowners' agendas in the last few years. And remodeling the kitchen, because the kitchen is really the social center of the house, right? This is where people eat. This is where decisions are made. This is where you receive friends. This is just a living area. And if you can remodel the kitchen, you are automatically enhancing the value of the property, not just monetarily, not just financially, but also symbolically. All right. So, so if you upgrade a room that is considered the heart of the home, you can expect, according to HDTV, 60 to 120% of your investment. All right. Now, please do not go overboard. All right. And don't try to make the kitchen stand out. Don't make it fancier than the rest of the house or the neighborhood. Like, the kitchen ideally should blend into the house, but also into the neighborhood, right? So the idea here is to do something nice, something polished, something professional, not something luxurious, unless you live in a posh zip code. All right. Now, it's very important to understand that you don't want to, as I said earlier, you don't want to invest in a premium kitchen, because unless you are in that market, because if you invest in a premium market and a premium kitchen, and there is a gap in terms of cosmetics between the kitchen and the rest of the house, you might not get the bump you were expecting in the sales price were you to leave the house at some point, right? And instead of putting all your cash and breaking the bank, and by relying on a premium kitchen, it's just a lot better to think about a few things. Think about painting. A little paint goes a long way. A little paint, you can really, really just give a good. Paint is relatively cheap, but the rewards are great, right? You also trying to use energy efficient appliances, right? We spoke earlier about energy efficient windows. Now, in this case, try to use energy efficient appliances, right? So replace old appliances with new one, with eco-friendly one. And again, you're making a lot of money here, because you might get the same advantages that I told you earlier. You might get some credits from the government, and you also are saving cash on your utility bills. All right. I'll be right back right after this. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing our conversation around home improvements, and I'm giving you in this show 6 home improvements projects that clever investors use to build equity. Number 5, energy efficient insulation. Right. So if you have a property that lacks basic insulation, or has old doors that let in plenty of cold or hot air, what happens is that if you're trying to put this property on the market, home inspectors who are working or who are hired by potential buyers, they will include this in their report, right? So basically, this could reduce the value of the property in the eyes of the potential buyers. So what you want to do here is you want to upgrade your property by installing energy efficient insulation. So not only you're saving a lot of money, this doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Actually, compared to the windows, it doesn't cost a lot of money, but you'll be actually saving a lot more in terms of utilities. And this is like, according to HDTV, you might, depending on where you live, you might save somewhere from $2,500 to $5,000 each year just by making some changes. All right. So you can add extra insulation to your attic, right? You can also try to seal cracks around the house to save even more money on energy cost, right? And the thing is that one thing that you can also do is that you can also try to have a home inspector come before you even start the project, the home improvement project. That way, you're pretty much sure that all sides are covered, All right. So the thing here is that here are the areas that need more insulation. I'm talking around doors and windows, in recessed lighting, around the attic hatch, in the basement, right? Anywhere ducts or wires go outside the house, also around electrical sockets and light switches. Now the thing here is that for the basement, unless you live in the basement, it's not really necessary to insulate it, right? So you know your house more than anybody else. It's up to you to see exactly what really works, right? What really works for you. You could also install a programmable thermostat, right? You know, and this could save you a lot of money. Again, if you have Energy Star, thermostat, that could really help you, because if you can save somewhere from $200 to $500 a year. All right. Now, if you would want to replace your hot water heater, it's just better to purchase a high efficiency water heater. All right, because again, by doing this, you actually are able in the short run to trim your energy bill. So that was for project number 5. Project number 6, the last one, bathroom addition. Right now, you can recoup a lot of cash, a large chunk of your investment, by adding another bathroom, in case your house only has one bathroom. Now, remember that most houses are bought by customers who have families, so it's just more convenient to have 2 bathrooms in the house as opposed to 1. So if you have one right now, only one bathroom, think about it. Think about adding another one. Now, HGTV estimates that you can recoup somewhere from 100 to 150 of whatever you spend adding a bathroom. So depending upon where you live in the country, in some areas in some states, that range is from 80% to 130%. So the thing here is that if you want to figure out which room you should convert into an extra bathroom, just go through the house and see any extra room or underutilized spaces, right? Also, you might want to think about spaces as varied as closets or areas under the stairs, right? Now, the question is, do you want a half bath or do you need a full bath, right? Because a half bath, you will need at least 18 to 25 square feet. Now, if you want a full bath, I'm talking stand-up shower, you would need at least 30 square feet. Right. So again, it really depends on your situation, your desiderata, whatever you want, and your family. If you want a bathtub, for instance, you have to have a minimum 35 to 40 square feet to work with for a bathroom addition. So it's all about what works for you. Now, the cost of adding a bathroom depends largely on the types of addition and accessories you want to use, right? As well as the cost of each of these items. So it's all about your preferences, and again, make sure that when you contract the work, make sure that when it comes to bathroom addition, pay attention to fixtures, pay attention to doors, to tubs and toilets. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still having a conversation today around home improvement projects that clever investors use to build equity. We're about to wrap up today's show, and I just want to let you know, if you like the content so far, consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell. I would like you to comment if you have if there are some projects that we have forgotten to add, you would like to add to this list. Put it in the comment below. Let us know. Also, we would like you to share this content so more people will be aware of adding value to their property. Like this content. Now, so here's a recap. The 6 home improvement projects that clever investors use to build equity are: deck addition, reinventing a section of the house or a room, adding energy efficient windows, remodeling the kitchen, energy efficient insulation, bathroom addition. Now, today's call to action is very important, and I just want to quickly expand beyond the topic of home improvement. through DIY projects or through professionally run projects. There are other ways to build equity in your home, by the way. The thing here is that, you can put extra money towards paying off the home loan, right? If you want to build equity in your home faster, if you're sending $2,000 each month to the mortgage lender, start sending them $2,500. That way the loan is off your balance sheet very quickly, and then you can start adding more money to your assets, right? Another way to build equity in your home is to put more money down at the beginning, right? I mean, usually for individual transactions, for transactions with individual property buyers, I think it's the percentage is around 10%, the minimum at least. And if you have money, trying to make it 30% or 40%, right? So you have equity actually more equity in the home. Remember though that equity means what? I think it's kind of clear, but I still want to. Equity just means that it's it's your asset, the value of the home minus how much you owe on the property, right? How much the house will fetch versus how much you owe on the property. So if you put extra money towards paying off the loan, put extra money down at the beginning. If you give it time is the best teacher here. I mean, with real estate, just give it time. In 5 years, your house will appreciate. In 10 years, your house will appreciate even more. Even if there were a crisis, the market will come back up, right? Those crises, as the one we was seen in 2008, are temporary blips on a fine upward trajectory. Now, one thing you also want to think about is that when it comes to home improvements, the idea is not to break the bank. The idea is to go for those low-cost home improvements that could help you sell your house, or that can help you live comfortably in your property. All right, so there are some improvements you can make without spending a lot of money. For instance, you can make your ground neat and elegant, right? You can paint or clean all the walls in the house. You can upgrade the lighting. This is also very important. This can help you also. You can give the kitchen a facelift. I think we kind of talk about that. And that's if you don't want to go in, something structural, something deep, then you can just stick to a facelift. And the last thing you want to think about is the floor finishes, and you can also replace, if you have them, old carpets, right? So you can do those things on a budget, really. All right. Good luck. I will speak to you next time, and stay marvelous.